Hey beauties, I'm here with another fun hair video for you guys. And today I wanted to give some tips of how to grow long, healthy hair. I always have a lot of people ask me how I've grown my hair so long and what are some good tips and tricks. So that's what I'm here to show you or tell you or help you. So one of my very top tips to keep healthy, long hair and to get your hair growing would be healthy trims. A lot of people don't get their hair trimmed for 6 months plus. And I always call them the little fuzzies. I always call the little fuzzies on the ends, not the split ends, because split ends is a negative word. So we always call it fuzzies in my suite. So anyway, I always suggest to get a healthy trim about every 2 to 4 months, depending how fast your hair grows. I have a lot of clients that their hair grows like 1.5 inches between 2 months from seeing me. And when I see them, typically we trim it every 2 months if they're on that schedule. I do have some clients that will go 3 to 4 months between their color, and then we just trim it at that appointment. If somebody's really wanting to go a long length of time with their color, they should come in every 2 to 4 months just to keep up on the trim of the fuzzies. Because if you don't trim off the ends, everybody kind of gets confused with why you have to trim the ends. But yes, your hair grows from your scalp, but the way your hair works is as it's growing, if you don't trim the fuzzies, this little fuzzy on the end is gonna keep snapping up the hair shaft, and eventually you're gonna have all this breakage through the mid shaft of the hair all the way to the ends. Sometimes it breaks up all the way to the top on some people's hair, and there's not much from going back from that. So you do have to keep up on the trims to prevent any of that breakage from happening. And although I know a lot of people hate trimming their hair, it truly does help because it's taking off all those fuzzies, so it's getting a clean canvas, clean slate. And most of my clients, we notice a huge kickstart of their hair after that, of just growing really fast. And if you consistently keep up on the trims, then you don't have to whack off a full 3 inches in like a year or so. So if you keep up on those trim of the fuzzies, you're gonna see less breakage, you're gonna have less breaking off when you brush through the hair. Clients, I love long hair. I am a long-haired person. I want everybody to have long hair if they want to have long hair. So I will not chop anything off unless you actually tell me to. I'm all about just getting the fuzzies off, going through the layers and trimming through the fuzzies. I do that on all my clients. Sometimes we're not creating new layers, but we're trimming off the fuzzies from what they had kind of start breaking off. And I strongly believe that when you trim off the fuzzies, it really kickstarts the growth of the hair because you're just getting all off that dead stuff, starting at a clean slate. So number one, get your trim in and just stay consistently on your trim so then you don't have to cut off so much after like a year of time of not trimming your hair. My number 2 tip is to wash your hair less. I am huge about this. This is, let's see, it's Thursday today, so I washed my hair Sunday night, so this is day 4. I always go 5 days between washing my hair. Sometimes even 6 or 7, but typically 5. And that's good for my scalp because you need the oil on your scalp to have healthy hair. So a healthy scalp equals healthy hair. All my clients know I'm huge about less washing. Even if you can get down to 2 times a week with washing, that's great. Like a Wednesday to Sunday or whatever your schedule is, make it work with your workouts, for work, whatever, but wash less. I'll have to link my video I filmed maybe about close to a year ago, and it's how to go longer without washing your hair, and I have a bunch of really awesome tips. And I still remind clients, I'm like, go back and watch that video if you need little tips or tricks, and little light bulbs went off differently for everybody. Everybody kind of picked up different tips that they needed to work on. So I highly suggest you go check that out. The number 3 thing is less heat. So I washed my hair on Sunday and this is my natural hair. I know, I am so thankful. It just air dries really smooth and sleek. It didn't used to. It used to have like a lot of wave in it, and I didn't start coloring my hair until I was in cosmetology school, and that was about 5-6 years ago. So once I started doing lightening my hair and coloring my hair, my whole wave pattern kind of went away. So I have a really straight, sleek, natural ness to my hair now, which I don't mind because for it to air dry like this and me not to have to put heat on it saves me so much time and saves my hair so much health because I don't have to put really heat on it. When I do put my pretty waves in, all the little beach waves, I talk about it in the video of how to go longer without washing your hair. but I'm huge on when you do use heat, you want to use it one day and then go through the week without putting heat on it again. Just kind of embrace whatever it does. If I have a little kink sometimes at the top, I just flip my part over. I try not to like nitpick at it and be an overly perfectionist about, oh, this has this, let me put the flat iron on it 12 times. No, just let it be. Let your hair kind of do what it needs to do, and you're gonna have so much less breakage, especially around the face, from not putting flat iron, curling iron, everything on it. So less heat. Number 4 is use your oil. I'm big in using healthy products for the hair. I definitely am a believer that you need to use some good heat protectants, oils, good products. That'll kind of lead me into my next one. But using a good oil on the hair is so important. This is Moroccan oil. I have a video that I put on Instagram, I think a while back, that I had shown that I had just taken about a pump of Moroccan oil and I run it through my ends. And because I go so long between washes, I do this to my hair every day. And that helps it stay really hydrated in between the washes. It will not make it oily. It will not make it oily. So many people worry about putting oil on their hair that it's gonna be so oily after. It's not. Your hair needs all the nourishment and all the hydration. So put about a pump on the ends when it's dry, about every day. And then I take my wide tooth comb, comb her through. And then I always use my oil too when my hair is wet. I always put about a pump and a half, even sometimes 2 pumps. Especially where I'm here in Nevada, and Nevada is extremely dry, and I know there's so many states that are really dry. A lot of my family's in Texas, so when I go back to Texas, I love the feeling it gives when it's just like so silky. All the humidity gives your hair and skin and everything so much moisture, so I wish we had that here, but we don't, so you have to hydrate up. So Moroccan oil is awesome. There's also this is the light version, which is like a little bit of finer grit, and it's better for lighter hair, but I use the regular one all the time too. I've never had a problem. So I definitely love Moroccan oil. And then another dupe for this is the Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum. I use that at the salon a lot too. Some of my clients that maybe want a more affordable option, Paul Mitchell Super Skinny Serum. I've used it ever since I was in school. It's been one of my holy grail products. And it smells like apple, watermelon. It smells so good. So that's an awesome one. Redken has a diamond oil. Pretty much every brand has some sort of oil. Coconut oil and stuff is great, but that's kind of more of like a mask treatment, where this is more a leave-in treatment. So I do have some clients ask, well, I do this oil, you know, leave it in my hair for a couple hours. Yeah, and coconut oil and stuff is great for that, but you definitely need some sort of like leave-in nourishing treatment as well. Number 5, this kind of relates with number 4 of using good product and good oil and everything. But the other one is really just using good product. So I use a lot of this brand. It's called Color Proof, and it's all color safe. It's sulfate free, gluten free, salt free, vegan. It's just really healthy for the hair. They don't add a bunch of crap in it that makes it just fills up the product. So I love this. This is one of the Violet shampoos and conditioners. I definitely have used this and showed this in another video before. But I love all their stuff, and all their stuff smells so good. I kind of switch back and forth between this and the moisture. Sometimes I use the volume, but I'm not like over the top with I have to have volume every day. So as long as I'm getting the moisture and hydration and then still using my purple, that's really important to me. But they have the volume one that's great. I think they have a curl one, a clarifying one, good shampoo and conditioners, because I go so long between with my washes, I want to make sure that I'm using really good product on it and really scrubbing in my hair so that I'm making that wash count. Because if I'm going to go that many days, I want to really take care of it that first day that I'm washing it, so it's set up for success for the rest of the week. And there's so many awesome brands out there. This is just one of my absolute favorites, and I use it in my suite and I suggest it. I recommend it to a lot of my clients that need kind of a higher end brand, but still a little bit goes a really long way. So you might have to invest in something at first that's a little more expensive, but your hair is gonna thank you for it later on. I always say that you're gonna have your hair and your skin for the rest of your life, so you might as well take care of it. So I have one last kind of bonus tip. Ooh. My bonus tip, well, it's kind of bonus tips, kind of plural. I have multiple little bonus tips that I wanted to add in here. So I've talked about the Shop Varay hair bands in one of my other videos. This is huge, where a lot of people, when they put their hair back for their workouts or whatever they're doing, they pull it so tight right here. And over time, that's gonna break all these little baby pieces around the face. So instead, kind of loosen up that pony a little bit. It doesn't have to be slicked back. And use a good hairband on it. If you're using just a really thin elastic hairband, over time that's gonna break your hair. These I love because they're just snag proof. They don't leave a crease in your hair. I talk about it all in the video of all the pros to it, all the cool stuff, but they shrink back if you put them in hot water. So there's a bunch of cool things with this. So I'll link my code again for Shop Varay. It's Hair by Kelsie 10 at checkout. So I'll make sure to put that in the bottom display thing too. And another thing to prevent any damage and breakage is a lot of people, when they put their hair up in a pony and they have it really tight, when they take it out, they just pull out the whole pony. You always want to remember to put the pony in and take it out the same way. So if you're looping around this to put in the, here, I'll go ahead and show you, oh, flicking hair bands. So like if you're putting your pony in like this, right? And then you swoop around the hair. There we go. This gives you a lot of volume too, which is awesome. But when you take out the pony, don't just yank it out, unloop it just like you put it in. So one loop, two loops. Simple, right? A lot of people just yank it out of their hair, and over time they have a little like round patch of broken pieces like right where their ponytail is. And I've noticed it on clients before too, where I'm like, do you do ponytails a lot? Or do you like do really tight ponytails? And a lot of the time it's just because they're ripping it out. So whatever hairband you're using, just be careful the way you put it in the hair and take it out of the hair. And then two little handy dandy tools I have is invest in a wide tooth comb, because I use this all the time when my hair is dry or when it's wet to prevent tangles. Get little tangles on the end, you can gently kind of comb them out. I love this. This is one of the ones by Cricut, but I have the Paul Mitchell one that's clear. I've used that one forever. There's Cricut, there's so many different brands, and then I always keep a little mini one in my purse, or if we go to a concert or whatever we do, I always have a little comb in my bag so that if my hands are dirty, I can comb through it with a comb and not my hands, and not add extra oil to my hair, because I don't want to have to wash my hair a day earlier, and I want to go my 5+ days without washing. And that's one of my biggest tips, is not to touch your hair every day and run your fingers through it. And then one of my new favorite brushes, this is the Bath Pack brush. Hair artist Allie on Instagram created this brush, and I post a lot on Instagram all the time. I use this a ton. It's kind of similar to the wet brush, but I really love it a lot more. I've been using the wet brush a while too, and I think it's great, but I like kind of how these feel if you have a little bit more like medium texture hair. I know a lot of my extension clients use the wet brush, because with really thick hair, I think that works really well. But I think if finer to medium hair, this is a little bit more gentle on the hair for sure. And these are only $5 on Bath Pack's website. So I would definitely suggest one of these. When I first ordered it, I was super impressed, and it's cute and silver and really pretty color. But yeah, it glides through the hair really, really nicely. So what I would do is comb through it first with your comb, and then take your Bath Pack brush and brush through it. You can also use this wet too, but I always suggest comb through it before you brush it. And that's it. Those are my tips and tricks how to grow your hair long and healthy, and you guys will all have long, gorgeous hair before you know it. Just remember, it takes time and so much patience, and you just have to work every day to keep it stronger, healthier, fuller, thicker, longer, everything. So thank you all for watching. Go follow me on Instagram. I'll link that below. It's hair_by_Kelsie with an IE. That's me. So go ahead and check that out, and I'll link my website and all the stuff I showed you guys below as well. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time.